What's going on, everybody? So here I have a bunch of parts that I've been accumulating over the last couple of months. Preparation for my turbo build for my 1990 Nissan 300ZX, which is an NA right now. So I'm going to be turbocharging it, keeping the high compression NA engine and turbocharging that. So I'm going to show you guys all of the parts I bought. They're pretty much all here, with the exception of two things, which I'll let you guys know at the end here. But if you're browsing YouTube and searching what you need to turbocharge your car, this is pretty much what you need to turbo any NA car. Most of this stuff is going to be pretty standard to turbo most cars out there. For some of these parts, I went a little higher performance just to get a little bit more out of them and a little bit more power. I didn't just buy used twin turbo parts from a 300ZX, slap them on mine. So I bought a bunch of new parts. I'm going to show you guys all of those. But yeah, if you're looking to just turbocharge whatever car you have out there, maybe a 240 or a Civic or something, you can expect to purchase some of these parts, like, you know, the turbos, the intercooler piping, fuel injectors, stuff like that. So without further ado, let's get right into it. Also, if you're new to the channel, check out my other videos, hit the subscribe button if it interests you. If you've been watching some of my videos and haven't subscribed yet, make sure you guys subscribe. We're almost at 1,000 subscribers, which is wild. I never really got into this because, you know, I was chasing subscribers or anything like that. It's just to get me out of my comfort zone and do something different. So that's what it's all about. So let's get into these parts. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below of the parts I bought. So I'll show you everything. I'm going to open it all up and I'll give you a little rundown of why I chose to go with this specific thing. Let's get right into it. Okay, so first things first, let's check out these turbos. The turbos that I'm going with are OEM turbos that come with a Nissan 300ZX twin turbo models. So what I did was I got a really good deal on these. I pretty much got these for free. They were about just under $200 Canadian for two used turbos. They were in pretty decent condition. There was no shaft play, nothing like that. As far as I know, nothing was leaking. But just for the peace of mind, because doing a turbo build on a 300ZX is a pretty extensive job and I didn't want to do it twice. So what I did was I got these rebuilt from a company in Calgary, which is about 7 hours away. So I had them completely rebuilt, and they didn't just change out the seals and everything like that. They literally put in a new CHRA. They literally replaced pretty much the whole turbo. It's pretty much a brand new turbo. And this cost me a few $100 cheaper than purchasing brand new turbos from Concept Z or Z1 Motorsports. For those, you have to provide a core, and you also have, well, and they're also going to cost me a lot more because I have to get them shipped to Canada. This saved me a lot of money. And the reason I want to go with just OEM turbos is because I want my car to be reliable, kind of easy to work on, and I don't really have huge power goals. I'm only trying to be at 400 to 450 horsepower, and for a goal like that, OEM turbos are just fine. So I didn't really want to spend, you know, 1,000 or a couple thousand more for bigger turbos, which I don't think I need. So that's why I went with these. I'm sure people are going to disagree with that, but that's okay. So this is beautiful. This is absolutely beautiful. They painted, it looks brand new. Brand new. And they gave me gaskets. So that's the turbo. And here's the second turbo. I'm just gonna open it because I haven't seen this. But obviously it's the exact same thing. Literally brand new. And also, I'm gonna have 1 year warranty with this, which is sweet in case they do break down in the first year after I put them in the car. So super happy with Alamo being able to rebuild these for me. I like how this turned out. Okay, next, I'm gonna get this box out of the way. These are some rear rotors and brake pads for my 300ZX. I did the Brembo brake kit upgrade. There's a video on it on my channel a couple of months ago for the front, and I had an issue with the rear, so I needed to order new ones. That's what this is. This is not part of the turbo build. I'm not going to go into this one. I'm just going to put this box aside. I'm going to slap these on at some point as well, but okay. This box, I think, is from Concept Z Performance. Okay, now what is this? Oh, I know what this is. So this is my gauge pod. So I'm gonna be mounting 3 gauges into the pillar, the A pillar. So this is the gauge pod for that. Honestly, I feel like this could have been better quality, especially for the price, but no one ever said 300ZX parts were cheap, so there's not too many options out there for an A pillar gauge pod. It's honestly not bad. I'll probably just wrap it in suede or something. So the other thing that is in here is the installation kit and the fuel pump. So I got a Walbro, if I remember correctly, it was a 255 fuel pump, and the installation kit for it. I needed a bigger and better fuel pump because I'm changing my fuel injectors as well, which I have to do. So that's the fuel pump that I'm going with. And then there's some mounting brackets for a new radiator. So yeah, there's a new radiator, one of these boxes as well. So this stuff is just the mounting hardware for the upper and lower mounts for the radiator, and then the fuel pump. So the fuel pump, the radiator stuff, and the radiator that's in here somewhere, all from Concept Z Performance, and so was the gauge pod. I'm not gonna put links to everything that I purchased in the description because everyone can buy stuff that they want. I'll let you guys know as I go where I'm buying these stuff from though. So this one's from Z1 Motorsports. So this is a brand new wiring harness, complete wiring harness for the engine bay. So there's a couple reasons I did this. My car's 33 years old. With all the heat in the engine bay over all those years, these plugs, they get pretty brittle and they break. And some of mine, as you saw for my coil packs in the last video, they're snapped. So I'm sure that I'm gonna find lots more that are snapped in my engine bay. So I thought, why not change out the engine harness when I'm gonna have the engine out? And also because since I'm changing my fuel injectors, I got new style fuel injectors, and my car right now has the old style fuel injectors, which use an older plug. So now I needed to kind of cut my current plugs and then splice in new ones, and I didn't really want to do that. With a new wiring harness, you can kind of kill 2 birds in 1 stone. This wiring harness that I chose comes with the new plugs already in it. It's a whole new wiring harness, so it's going to change all the wiring in the engine bay. So that's why I went with that one. So brand new wiring harness. That's not something that's really needed to turbo a car. That's just me going a little bit extra. So this box is from Z1 Motorsports as well. So these are hard pipes. I bought the Z1 Motorsport hard pipes with built-in section for the blow-off valves. So that's what this is. It's the hard pipes with the built-in section for the blow-off valves. And actually, this is really good quality. And I got the polished ones. You can get them in black or maybe some other color as well. But I got the polished ones because I kind of have a color scheme that I'm trying to go with for the engine bay. So while I'm doing this build, I am going to be dressing up the engine bay as well. So I still need to purchase a couple dress-up items, but we'll do that near the end of the build. So this box is from Z1 Motorsports as well. I got new bronze shifter bushings because I just wanted to change those out. And then everything else in here. So this is not needed. Again, just like the wiring harness, this is just being a little extra with it, but this is a complete silicone hose kit with the clamps and everything for pretty much every hose in that engine bay. So what I want to do is remove all the old rubber hoses that are in there that crack over time and change them to silicone because this is going to last longer than me. And also one thing I want to mention here. So Z1 Motorsports is notorious for putting their logo on every single one of their hoses and products and whatnot. I do have a solution for this, especially for the hoses, because I don't want their logo all over the engine bay. I think it looks really tacky. I do have a fix for this. For the silicone, so I will be covering up all the hoses that are visible because I don't want Z1 Motorsports all over my engine bay. Just me, but I do have a fix for this. I'll show you guys that when I'm installing these. I will be covering that up. So another box from Z1 Motorsports. I don't know why they put 2 clamps separately, but okay. So in this box, there's a lot of silicone. I see the accordion pipes and clamps. I really don't want to take all this stuff out until I really need it, but I'll show you guys these. So these are the gauges I got. So this is my AFR gauge. That's my boost gauge. And the last one is my boost controller. So I got a boost controller that was actually built like a gauge. So I can put it in that A-pillar. I didn't want to put a boost controller somewhere else in the engine bay and make it kind of stand out. I wanted to keep the interior as OEM as possible. So I got even the boost controller that's like a gauge. Also, I want to show you guys this. I don't know if that's what a lot of companies do, but that's how that gasket was in there. I feel like that should have been in some sort of plastic or something, so it doesn't get folded or destroyed during shipping. But so accordion pipes are in here. That silicone hose kit that I just showed you guys, it is missing some hoses. It's not every single hose, so whatever it was missing, I ordered those separately, so I guess they put those in this. These are the remaining hoses in here. These are the accordion pipes that I needed, clamps. This is, I believe that's the oil pressure sensor. Yeah, I got a new oil pressure sensor because I'm not putting an aftermarket one in there. My current one works. I feel like sometimes it gives me inaccurate readings though, so I'm gonna change that out anyways. And there's some more gaskets in there, valve cover gasket, stuff like that I'm gonna change out. Oh, this is my rear main seal. I'm pretty sure I've mentioned it before, but my rear main seal is leaking. I'm pretty sure it's my rear main seal. Okay, let's keep going. Another box from Z1 Motorsports. Let me show you guys this one. So this one has the blow-off valves. So I went with the Turbo Smart blow-off valves. That's the second one. We got some couplers in here. Motor mounts. I got the Z1 motor mounts. We have a new clutch. These are all just clamps. The clutch. This is probably the pressure plate in here. Okay, let me show you guys some of this stuff though. And again, I went with the black. I'm trying to go with a color theme in here, so in the engine bay. I'll show you guys the motor mounts. So that's the motor mounts I got. And here's the clutch. So I went with a performance clutch. Purchased a complete clutch kit. That comes with the pressure plate and everything. I didn't purchase the flywheel. A friend of mine locally here had one lying around, which I'm gonna buy from him and just get it resurfaced. He had one in pretty good condition. So the flywheel is not going to be in any of these boxes. I believe this one's from Z1 Motorsports as well. Okay, so this box is completely full of intercooler piping. 2.5-inch intercooler piping from Z1 Motorsports. The reason I went with theirs is because Specialty Z was way too expensive. I know people say theirs is much easier to install, but I didn't feel like paying that much money, to be honest. And also theirs doesn't come with any instructions. Z1's has instructions on their website. So I went with Z1. I know it's going to be a pain in the ass to install, but we'll figure it out. The rest of this build is probably going to be just as hard. So I'm not too worried about it. We'll figure that out. A lot of people have been able to do it. I'm sure I can figure it out as well. I'm not going to completely open this right now, but I went with a black intercooler piping. You can choose, I believe, 3 different colors: red, blue, or black. So I went with black. Again, the reason I went black is I'm trying to do a color scheme for the engine bay. So I got the Concept Z aluminum twin turbo radiator. Okay, so that's pretty much it for all the new parts. I had to purchase some used parts as well. I'm gonna show you guys those as well, so let's go check those out. So I needed a twin turbo fan shroud. I needed a new AC compressor because my current one in my car is shot. So I wanted a working AC, so I'm gonna change that out at the same time. I had to buy a used AC condenser. It's pretty dirty right now. All this stuff just arrived a couple days ago. I gotta clean it up still. I bought a used oil cooler. So I have an oil cooler here. I'm not going for anything crazy with this build. So I didn't want to buy an upgraded one from Z1 Motorsports or something and spend a few $100. I got that one for like $60 to be honest. And it's gonna work just fine. I'm not going crazy tracking this car or anything like that. So here's the Z on jack stands. Not working on it today, but the process has started. Lots of videos coming with this. Okay, so I got a couple things in here. These are brand new Z1 Motorsport side mount intercoolers. I got these very cheap locally. They're not even used. Someone just bought them and stored them. Exhaust manifolds. I'm not gonna pull those out. Those are OEM used. I got those when I got my turbos. I got those from the same guy. These are turbo lines and gaskets and stuff. These are from Concept Z. That is a twin turbo oil pan right there. I'm not gonna open that right now. This is a 300-degree fuel rail with Nismo 740cc fuel injectors. I got a killer deal on this that I could not give up. So that's pretty much all I got in there. So pretty much the only thing that's missing for my build is downpipes and test pipes, which I ordered. They're coming here a couple weeks. Twin turbo flywheel, which I'm just gonna pick up from my buddy. I'm sure I'm gonna be missing some hardware and some, you know, maybe intercooler mounting brackets and stuff like that I'm gonna have to order. Pretty much the bulk of the stuff that I have, it's gonna get me there. So the small things, odds and ends, I'll pick that up as I realize what I'm missing. Anyways, that's all I got for you guys in this one. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't yet to see how this build goes. I'm gonna be purchasing some more stuff down the line, which I'll show you guys as I'm installing it. That's basically just gonna be dress up stuff for the engine bay, but basically the turbo build parts are all here and I showed you guys them all. Hope you guys are enjoying the content. Stay tuned for more. I'll see you guys soon.